you so much. It is the 19th day of April 2024. This is Hope TV, where you look and live, and it is time for Newswatch. My name is Nelius Wanjiru, and the sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. Let's begin. And we begin with a very, very sad news where KDF Chief of Defense Forces General Francis Ogolla is said to be buried on Sunday at his home in Nia, Lego Usoga in Siaya County. Ogolla perished alongside 9 other military officers yesterday in the afternoon in a chopper crash in Marakwet East while on a peace mission in various parts of North Rift region. Making the announcement, his family coordinator Joel Rabuku Ogolla said that this decision is in honor of a general request to be laid to rest within 72 hours after his death. And as Grace Hati reports, the nation is observing 3-day mourning period for the departed soldiers.
Huku taifa likiendelea kuomboleza vifo vya wanajeshi 9 wa KDF walio
Then we go to the
We apologize for that mix-up, and now let's go to the next story, where as tributes continue to pour following the sad news of the KDF helicopter crash that claimed the life of General Francis Ogolla and 9 others. Azimio leaders led by Raila Odinga visited Ogolla's family to mourn and condole with them during the very challenging time. The leaders praised the general reputation both nationally and internationally, emphasizing the need for a dignified burial ceremony and funeral. Additionally, the leaders called for enhanced care and security for the survivors of the plane crash and expressed their serious concern about the helicopter accident, calling for a comprehensive investigation into the matter.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition joins all Kenyans and indeed the world in grieving the tragic loss of the Chief of Kenya Defense Forces, General Francis Omondi Ogolla. The General passed on yesterday as a result of a tragic helicopter crash at Kaben-Chepturel boundary between Elgeyo Marakwet and West Pokot counties. We will always remember General Ogolla as a devout patriot and dedicated soldier to the Republic of Kenya from the day he graduated. He has been through multiple tours of duty, and ultimately as the top soldier in Kenya, the Chief of Defense Forces, the CDF. He was revered by his colleagues at home and abroad. He has had a service of 40 years. As Azimio, we are deeply concerned that the Kenya Defense Forces have had several other accidents in the last 12 months, including yesterday's tragic crash. And we are saying that this must be thoroughly investigated. Yesterday's unfortunate accident needs expeditious investigations, and this will not only help ease the already tense and anxious feelings of Kenyans, but it will put an end to any speculation. The investigations must be open and reports made to the public. And we suggest that in commemoration of General Ogolla and the brave soldiers who died yesterday, and the countless unsung heroes, the Disciplined Forces Welfare Fund should be established as soon as possible to address the well-being of our disciplined forces.
Still in the sad mood as Kenya mourn the passing of the Chief of Defense Forces General Francis Ogolla, who died in a tragic helicopter crash yesterday. 2 families from Kirinyaga County are also grieving the loss of their kin, who were among the 9 military personnel killed alongside the CDF. Peter Washira Kariuki, the father of the late Sergeant Rose Nyawera, who hails from Kagio area in Mwea, confirmed the passing of his daughter, highlighting that he last spoke to her on Sunday. Elsewhere in Kirimunge village, Kirinyaga Central, the family of Senior Sergeant John Kenya Muredi is mourning the death of their son. The deceased father, Josephat Muredi, says that he received the sad news on Thursday night, adding that he could not come to terms with his son's passing. The deceased were Brigadier Swale Said, Colonel Duncan Keitani, Lieutenant Colonel David Sawe, Major George Benson Mogundi, who was the pilot, Captain Sarah Mohammed, Captain Hilary Litali, Senior Sergeant John Kenya Muredi, and Sergeant Clinfons Omondi, and later Sergeant Rose Nyawera.
Nyawera tulikuwa naye on Saturday, last Saturday, alikuwa amenitembelea na nikamsidikisha on a Monday morning ili arudi kazini. Alafu on before the bad day tuliongea naye asubuhi, akaniambia hana shida, anaenda kazini na akirudi tutaongea. Kwa hivyo nikashida mchana yote. Sasa ndio saa ingine nikapata kuna ajali na nikashindwa ni nini ama nini, lakini kijana wangu alipigwa simu, ni one of KDF officers, akamwambia kumepatikana kitu kama hii, na akamwambia they are working on that. Kwa hivyo kama saa 11 hivi ndio nilipata habari. Tumempoteza msichana wetu ambaye tulikuwa tunampenda. Other than being an uncle, we were very close with Nyawe. Kwa sababu nakumbuka vizuri sana alipomaliza training ya kijeshi Eldoret na akakuja huku likizo ndogo, alinipigia simu akaniambia ako Kirowea. Nikamwambia niko nyumbani na tukamngoja na watoto wale wengine wangu, na akakuja tukawa na wakati mzuri sana. Last year, I remember the last encounter tulikuwa na yeye. Tulikuwa tumeenda kufungua nyumba ya aniko yake huyu mwingine Steven. Na jioni kabla tuja disperse, akaniambia aniko, angalia kwa simu yako nimekuwekea sandaka. Akaniuliza jokingly, hiyo sandaka itafika Sunday kweli ama utakula? Little did I know that it would happen this way. Then mambo ya kujua nilisikia nikiwa kwa shamba jana kwamba kulikuwa na ajali ya ndege, lakini mimi sikufikiria Nyawe angeweza kuwa huko. Then even before it was announced officially, nikapigiwa simu tena nikaambiwa nani alikuwa kwa hiyo ndege. So kasi tukashindwa, alafu tukangojea ikawa vile ilivyokuwa. And here we are praying God ashikilie familia yetu na wale wengine ambao wameachwa na wapendwa wao, because it is not as simple as we may take it.
Very, very sad news. We still continue to send our condolences as Hope Media, hoping that God is going to comfort the families and the nation at large. And now we head to Kisii County, where a section of Kisii County residents have expressed concern over the current state of political tension in the county, calling for the leaders to have a sit down and iron out their issues. This as Kisii Governor Simba Arati has allegedly that the central government has been harassing him through Kisii security officials, a move that is preventing him from executing his assignment as the county boss. The residents are now calling for an amicable solution so that they are not left behind in development. Meanwhile, some of the leaders and the people call on the governor to have a sit down with the county doctors so as to alleviate the suffering of the residents seeking medical attention, especially in the public hospitals.
Mimi naona gavana wetu ni gavana mzuri ambaye anachapa kazi. Ijapokuwa ile hajapewa nafasi ya kufanya kazi yake kama gavana. So mimi kitu yenye ningeomba mimi kama chairman na mwananchi wa Kisii County, ningeomba serikali kuu pamoja na viongozi wote wa Kisii wakuja wafanya mkutano kwa pamoja, wakae pamoja na gavana wetu pamoja na wale waziri wetu mkuu Sekir Majogu na wale ma-MP wote ambao tulipigia kura, wakae chini waongee.
Tuliwachagua, kila mtu ako na sehemu yake ya kufanya kazi. Kama ni gavana ako na sehemu yake ya kufanya kazi yake kama gavana. Kama ni MP ako na kazi yake ya kufanya kazi yake. Tuliwachagua waende katika shamba. Baada ya kufanya hiyo kazi, tuone ni nani amefanya kazi mzuri na matunda tutayaona hapo mbele.
Jambo letu kuu ni kusema ya kwamba maandamano haitatusaidia. Hiyo maandamano, ukienda kufanya maandamano, enda kufanya kazi yako. Ulime shambani ndio upate chakula ya kukula, si maneno ya kutafutana, kwanza kukimbishana na maaskari. Hiyo si vizuri. So kwa sisi kama viongozi, sisi kama wanayouth tumekataa.
Now allow me to recheck on the story of mourning General Francis Ogolla, where the KDF Chief of Defence Forces General Francis Ogolla is said to be buried on Sunday at his home in Ngia Alego, Usonga in Siaya County. Ogolla perished alongside 9 other military officers yesterday in afternoon in a chopper crash in Marakwet East while on a peace mission in various parts of the North Rift region. Making the announcement, his family coordinator Joel Rabuku Ogolla said that this decision is in honor of the general request to be laid to rest within 72 hours after his death. And as Gracia Hati reports, the nation is observing a 3-day mourning period for the departed soldiers.
The late Chief of Defence CDF Francis Ogolla is set to be laid to rest at his home in Ngia Alego Usonga in Siaya County. The burial arrangements were confirmed by his family coordinator Joel Rabuku Ogolla, who disclosed that General Ogolla had left a will specifying that he be buried within 72 hours of his passing. General Ogolla was among the 9 who perished following a military helicopter crash at Sindar, Kaben in Elgeyo Marakwet shortly after departure yesterday in the afternoon. President William Ruto, upon confirming the tragic incident, declared a 3-day national mourning period. During this time, the national flag as well as those of all military formations and regional flags will be flown at half-mast across the country and at diplomatic missions abroad as a mark of respect for the departed soldiers.
The demise of General Ogolla is a painful loss to me. And certainly, the sorrow we all feel about this passing on is shared by all of the people of Kenya, and most especially the KDF fraternity. A distinguished 4-star general has fallen in the course of duty and in the service of country.
General Ogolla's distinguished military career began on April 24, 1984, when he joined the Kenya Defence Forces. Throughout his tenure in the KDF, Ogolla held various significant roles encompassing command, staff, and instructional positions. In recognition of his exceptional service and leadership within the KDF, Francis Ogolla was promoted to serve as Chief of the Defence Forces, a position he has held until his demise. Brigadier General Said Nzaro Swale from Kikambala, Kilifi, who was among the soldiers involved in the tragic accident, has already been laid to rest today. Meanwhile, President William Ruto has condoled with the family of the late General Francis Ogolla here in Nairobi.
Mama Eileen and your children, I want you to know that your husband, the father of your children, was a great Kenyan, a professional soldier, a military officer who made a difference in our republic. And in his death, we have lost a man who I believe would have transformed our military. The transformation was already evident. And so I have lost a friend. I have lost an ally. Poleni sana Mama Eileen and your children. In his humility, he made a whole difference. In his humility, he made lessons for all of us.
It is well with my soul.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Thank you so much, Grace. And now, Christ is the Answer Ministry CITAM Kisii has today held a breakfast meeting with the Kisii County leadership to pray for the county ahead of their 5th anniversary this coming Sunday. And speaking during the meeting where he was the guest speaker, CITAM presiding Bishop Callisto Odede has urged the leaders to embrace integrity and accountability, as Tess Jenga, who is in Kisii right now, is reporting.
It is a breakfast that brought together a majority of Kisii County leadership, despite the political tension in the county. The breakfast meeting, organized by CITAM Kisii, led by the Assembly's senior pastor Joel Tor, was aimed at praying for the county ahead of the church's 5th anniversary, being commemorated on the 21st of April.
Just to come to you, courtesy of Christ is the Answer Ministry, CITAM Kisii, and we have desired to see this happen, and we are grateful to God that during our anniversary celebration week, which culminates to a Sunday service on Sunday,
as we struggle as government to do that which must be done to our people. Na watu wetu wale maafisa mkuu hapo wa serikali mshasikia, integrity is everything. Jambo mimi nitaambia wa governor ni kwamba tumeambiwa tusiwe na meat eating what? Cartels.
Speaking during the breakfast, CITAM presiding Bishop Callisto Odede has urged the leaders to embrace integrity and accountability. The bishop emphasized that the truth about an individual is who they are when no one is watching. He has urged individuals to cease from dual personalities and be authentic in their character.
CITAM, kwa hakika, this is my 7th year kuwa MCA. Lakini for the first time sichahawai aliko kikao kama hiki ya kuleta watu wote pamoja kwa ajili ya breakfast na maombi.
Dunia hii mali imefika, alivyozungumza mheshimiwa Duke, ni kwamba inayumba yumba, hakuna mwelekeo. Kila kitu vile amesema ni gushi, kila kitu ni fake. Ijapokuwa tu Mwenyezi Mungu ambaye ndiye yeye peke yake, ni kwamba tunataka maombi katika kaunti hii, ili tuweze kuhesabika watu wazuri mbeleni pa Mwenyezi Mungu na mbeleni pa maisha yetu sisi wenyewe. Kwa sababu haitafurahisha Mungu ikiwa wewe watakumfurahisha lakini mwenzako umfurahishi.
Some of us who may lose our jobs. There are some of us who may miss that tender that we really hoped we would be able to get. There are some of us who may be victimized. But integrity requires that we be willing to pay the price. And when we are willing to pay the price, we will make an impact. Because people will begin seeing your life and they'll know when it comes to issues of integrity in that office, that man or that woman is incorruptible.
The bishop has also cautioned the leaders against impunity in service, citing the biblical sons of Eli who exercised corruption in the temple. He has encouraged county governments to name and shame corrupt officials. Kisii Deputy Governor-designate Robert Monda, who attended on behalf of Governor Simba Arati, highlighted the importance of partnering with the church to bring about change in society. He decried that the society is no longer safe due to lack of morality and integrity. He has called on religious leaders to shun evil and lead the way in teaching proper morals to the society.
Vijana wanasema utafanya nini? Wana kuchallenge. kwa sababu maadili hayamo tena, heshima hakuna, kuelewana hakuna, na isitoshe hakuna hata kuheshimu hata wazazi. Dunia ndio imefika hapo. Nobody wants to be taught anything. Kila mtu ni mjuaji. Sasa ndio Bishop ukasema kuna eating cartels. So katika hii partnership ya maombi, kitu muhimu, siombe tu kwa sababu tunaomba. Tuombe kwa sababu tunataka mabadiliko. Tuombe kwa sababu tunataka maendeleo. Tuombe kwa sababu tunatakiana yaliyo mema.
Other leaders present also echoed Monda's sentiments as they turned into a session of praying for the county and the country. This comes at a time when there is political instability in Kisii County, amidst claims by Kisii Governor Simba Arati that he is being targeted by some government officials. The leadership of Kisii County has pledged to partner with religious institutions so as to uphold integrity and moral uprightness in the county. Reporting for Hope TV News Watch from the beautiful county of Kisii, I'm Tess Njenga.
Awesome report there, Tess Njenga. Thank you so much. And now we take a short commercial break. Don't go too far.
Panda tukupandishe on your entertainment this new year on GoTV bila kulipia extra. Kama uko on GoTV Lite, lipia GoTV Value, utapata kufurahia GoTV Plus. Tayari on GoTV Value, then lipia GoTV Plus uenjoy GoTV Max. Kama wewe ni wa GoTV Plus, lipia GoTV Max ujinice na shows noma kabisa on GoTV Super. Furahia the best sports, international shows na local shows una like free. Download GoTV Stream. GoTV, love it.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Cindy?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcasts?
Really? Even Meet of the One?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out their latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Welcome back to the second segment of our News Watch tonight. And Deputy Chief Lady Justice Philomena Mwilu has today launched the Alternative Justice System AGS County Action Plan model and sued for Narrow County that is expected to reduce case backlog in court and bring justice closer to the people. According to Justice Philomena, this will promote dispute resolution, including reconciliation, mediation, arbitration, and traditional dispute resolution mechanisms. She observed that CAP identifies a number of justice challenges in the county, among the multiple forms of gender-based violence that include sexual violence, which are prevalent across the county but often normalized and deported and concealed. The lead justice stated that a key challenge demanding the legitimacy of AGS mechanisms is that of gender equality, equity, and justice, saying some AGS mechanisms, both in composition and process, disfavor women and girls and fail to accord them to the right due to them.
Mimi mwenyewe nimekuwa kwa sheria tangu mwaka wa 1984. Hiyo ni miaka 40. Na mimi leo mnajua mimi ni jaji, na ni jaji si mdogo sana kwa mahakama. lakini mpaka leo naogopa mahakama. So kama mimi naogopa kuwa mahakamani, hebu niambieni mtu wa kawaida anasikia nini akifika kotini? Na mimi sitakuja kufungua koti ambayo mtarudi mulete ujinga wa kuongana na pesa. Nimekuja kufungua koti ambayo tutafuata haki, tutasimama katikati ya haki, tutafanya kile kitu ambacho ndio tunajua ni ukweli, mambo ya pesa tudili nayo baadaye. Tuko pamoja? So tuachane na mambo ya kunyang'anyana mashamba na vitu vingine kwa sababu tumenunua jaji.
And now the National Transport Safety Authority, NTSA, has enhanced road safety awareness activities in the central region to mitigate the surge in accidents. NTSA Director General George Njau said they are testing PSV drivers, school buses and border riders and providing necessary tools to ensure safety of the road. Njau said the 8-point plan launched by the President will bring county government on board to strengthen safety committees, adding they have noting the overspeedy by Mira and Mugoka vehicles that they are engaging the companies involved to deal with the public concern. NTSA collaborated with the hospital to provide eye checkups and spectacles as they are key players in the transport sector, calling upon the police to enforce the law. On his side, the NTSA chairperson Majon Shah said the medical camp has borne positive results as NTSA-led camps will identify the challenges faced by the drivers.
We have planted over 32,000 trees at the Thiba Dam site, which has been allocated to us by the Kiriaga County. This and many more trees are going to be planted by the NTSA in the call to climate change and our contribution to help climate change in our beautiful country of Kenya. In addition to that, this is the second medical and road safety awareness camp that NTSA is holding in the last 2 months. In fact, both these camps have shown amazing results, and as we have been here since morning, testing drivers for their eyes, for their blood pressure, for their blood sugar, and many other health ailments, it's surprising to note that we have a lot of drivers on our road who suffer from various eye problems. They have cataracts in their eyes, they need eyeglasses to correct their vision. Many of them have hypertension.
So we encourage them to stop using substances when they're on the road, to keep our roads safe and to save lives, because we have seen it's a big challenge, and that's why we're having this big problem. And we believe if all of us work towards the same, starting with the drivers, we'll make it. And also we're encouraging the owners of the vehicles and the circles to see how they can also pass this message and enforce that no driver will be allowed to sit behind a wheel when they are drunk, so that we can save our lives of our people on the roads.
We are more than delighted today to host our partners here who are on a mission actually on issues around climate change and issues around adaptation and mitigation. We are happy that looping into the activities of the partners, we have had a session of tree planting, and now is a session of screening and going forward.
That is a very good move by NTSA, hoping that will curb road carnage in the country. And now we focus on two matters: education, where 37 learners across the country are set to get all expenses paid, scholarship from asset finance provider Watu Credit through the Watu Scholarship Program launched in the year 2022 to support children of border riders to further their education. The program, which targets secondary school students, will cover the beneficiaries' school fees, text and exercise books, school uniforms, transport and allowances for their essentials, including pocket money. Established in 2015, Watu has provided access to affordable and flexible financing for 2- and 3-wheelers and has provided over 1 million loans across the 7 countries in Africa, thereby impacting the lives of more than 4 million people.
Personally, this scholarship has been good to me since when I done with my primary levels, I didn't have any support to take me to the secondary school. It happens by just a luck to get the scholarship, and it has been so helpful to me in paying my school fees. Even during some academic clinics, they come advising me so that to pursue my career. I want to be a doctor.
This event is dedicated to the 37 students that we are giving them a full scholarship for their secondary education. And these are the sons and daughters of our very loyal, very good paying customers. And they are coming from all counties across the country based on their performance of their parents, because their parents must be active Watu customers who are paying their loan very well. And then those will be invited to share the names of their kids, and then we actually select the kids from the pool based on their academic performance. The gender split of our scholarship recipients is 22 girls and 15 boys, and this mix has been done deliberately by understanding that, particularly if you go to the rural communities, the girl child is a bit disadvantaged to get the opportunity to access education. So this is why we decided to be more biased towards girls.
And now the Chaplaincy Department of Christ is the Answer Ministry CITAM has offered training to chaplains from different areas, including schools, hospitals and prisons. The training session that started earlier this week were carried out at CITAM Valley Road. According to the Deputy Head of Chaplaincy CITAM, Reverend Evans Agoya, the main objective of the training is to prepare school chaplains on how to offer spiritual care and proper counseling to students and young people in the country.
Yeah, chaplaincy is basically ministry to industry. What we do is that we provide spiritual care to people in industry, in schools, in hospitals, in police stations, and also in prisons and in corporate organizations. So like in hospitals, we reach out to the staff there, pray with them, encourage them, and also reach out to the patients and their families, and basically to encourage them, pray with them, and basically offer hope to them. What we do also is that we impact schools with spiritual care. And from Tuesday this week, we've been training people here at CITAM Valley Road on school chaplaincy. Our focus basically has been to prepare school chaplains on how they can offer spiritual care to students at different angles.
I live here equipped, and I live here empowered and blessed, and I look forward even to more trainings. There is a diploma coming up at PAC and a master's at PAC, both in chaplaincy and counseling, and I'm looking forward because what I've tasted here this week has really blessed me.
I've learned so much from this training. Number one, I've been able to go through the principles and the values of a chaplain that would make me to become a better chaplain even as I go back to the institution. Number two, I've been able to know that I need to understand my learners and take them the way they are, because all learners and all children are different.
Moving on, the private sector has called for the formation of the Artificial Intelligence Advisory Council composed of local and international experts to develop a framework for ethical adoption of AI, even as the new innovation takes place took root in various sectors of the economy. This was part of the recommendation of a two-day digital transformation in East Africa conference organized by the Aga Khan University that brought together over 50 high-profile global speakers and over 1,000 plus delegates from 24 countries of the hybrid conference. In addition, the conference called for sustainable development and environmental conservation that focuses on green technology, digital tools for sustainable development, and nurturing the entrepreneurial ecosystem.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we know that Kenya has been at the forefront of Africa's digital transformation process. And a very important reason for this is the government's vision and the support that it has provided. It has helped to create what Aga University's founder and chancellor, His Highness the Aga Khan, has described as an enabling environment. Without an enabling environment, private institutions would struggle to find their footing. With it, the private sector pushes off like a sprinter and races ahead. I'm very proud to say that the Aga Khan University and the Aga Khan Development Network have also been at the forefront of digital transformation in East Africa.
It is important to recognize that without proper development and deployment of digital technology, the world will fall short of achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The African Union Agenda 2063, the strategic framework for the socio-economic transformation of the continent, has placed the development of information and communication technology as one of its key pillars to drive economic growth, improve governance, and enhance the quality of life for all Africans.
Now take a look at sports news, where five-time Enterprise Cup champions KCB RFC will be back in action this Saturday afternoon as they host Varsity Lads Catholic Monks in the round of 16 of the 2024 Enterprise Cup tournament at KCB Sports Club in Ruaka. Speaking during their training session at the KCB Sports Club, KCB assistant coach Nelius Wanjiru expressed confidence in the squad, saying that the team continues with the hard work, highlighting the need for teamwork and solidarity among the players for collective success. And the Bankers squad will be without youngster Andy Cole Omolo, who made several appearances for KCB in Kenya Cup.
We are continuing as usual, because it was barely a week. We took only a week break. Now we just proceed on with the 15th season, because for us it's still not over. No, we cannot say we foresee the future. All teams have improved, so we cannot use the first game as a yardstick. But all in all, they're a good side, a very determined outfit, university outfit. All we need to do is just make sure our systems work, and also look at trying out different players to get a feel of the game as we build on our general experience. After today's session is when we'll be clear about the squad, given the two notable absentees in Zimbabwe featuring for Kenya, and also we might have some few knocks after the last game, after being advised by the medical department. So we're yet to know the final outlook of the squad.
And elsewhere, KCB has intensified its preparation for tomorrow's Kenya Premier League encounter against Bandari FC at the Mombasa Sports Club. The Bankers, who are currently occupying the 10th position on the log with 34 points. These will keep keen to turn their fortunes around following the recent tough outings in the league. Striker Derrick Otanga and Philemon Nyakakwa are expected to lead the attack for Molala's charge, while in the trio of Faraj Omende, Danson Masaka and Henry Ochieng forms the midfield.
Badala ya kufikiria point tatu, kwanza kama wachezaji, I've urged them to think about performance, kwa sababu bila performance, bila kufunga goli, then point tatu zitakuja vipi? So nime-urge all through the week ni kwamba to match the performance we had against police. Nadhani hiyo ndio itakuwa key kwa mchezo wa kesho, kwa sababu nadhani kila mchezaji akirudia hiyo performance ama labda aongeze kidogo, then result inaweza patikana. The reason ya wachezaji kuwa na wachezaji karibu 30 kwa team ni matokeo kama ambayo yatajitokeza. So nadhani ukiona kama Rio ndio ametuachia pengo kidogo, lakini naamini kwamba Faraji yupo, Chetambe yupo, mchezaji kama Tiore yupo ku step up. So nadhani wata step up vizuri sana because tumeprepare.
That is all we had lined up for you tonight in our News Watch, and many thanks to everyone that made a success for the News Watch, including our reporters on duty, our editors, and also producers and our directors. My name is Nelius Wanjiru, and our sign language interpreter has been Boniface Mureithi. Allow us to wish you a blessed night and later a very beautiful weekend.